Welcome to part 2 of our tour of Oceania Cruises, and the ship is Nautica, and this is being filmed in September-October 2022. We pick up on deck 10, so if you haven't watched part 1, you may want to watch that also. And finally on deck 10 is Horizons. Horizons is a great place, and we've spent quite a bit of time here. They have tea and coffee throughout the day. In the afternoon, sometimes you can find other little nibbles to eat, like a roll or such, and you get a great view of where you're going. So you're at the front of the ship, and you can sit down and quite relax. So, for instance, today we went through the Dardanelles, which Australians will know is the one side of the other side of Anzac Cove, where Gallipoli happened. And we sat there watching it as we went through, and it was really quite spectacular. So sitting right up the front in a nice seat, if you want, there's a bar there, and you can have a drink, or as I said earlier, tea and coffee. In the afternoon and evenings, there's often a small band or quartet playing different music, and there's a dance floor where you can kick up a storm if you want to. Here you can see the seats right at the front of the window, and it really is quite spectacular as you're moving through interesting areas to sit in this area. And as I said, we've spent quite a bit of time up here because we do enjoy just reading our iPads or books and watching outside. So it is quite spectacular and a lovely place. This is Horizons. And now we're at the area that I keep promising myself to come to every day, and somehow I never actually make it. So this is the gym, and there are free fitness classes. There may be some that you have to pay for, but certainly there are things like stretch classes and such which are free. There's quite an extensive array of treadmills and different exercise equipment for all the different muscle groups, so you can really continue your fitness routine while you are here. And as you can see, there are weights that you can lift. There's some good set of mirrors. So it is quite an extensive array of equipment, and should keep even the most fanatical person. Next door is the spa, which has a quite extensive range of treatments, and you can see the spa deck there. On deck 9 is the Terrace Cafe. We ate here quite a lot. It has breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and is a buffet, as you can see. You don't usually, although I do see someone helping themselves, you're not supposed to help yourself, and they serve you. It's a very extensive buffet, and the dining room area is on both sides of the buffet. We're now on deck 5, and there's quite a few things of importance on deck 5. On this day, because it's embarkation, they have a stand set up to explain the drinks packages if you want to take those. They have a beautiful string quartet playing, and you can see a bit more of the ship. One of the things I would say is the whole ship is quite luxurious. Here you see a magnificent large chandelier over a double-deck space hanging down. And I think generally the boat is luxurious. Here you have the boutiques. These tended to only be open when you were at sea in between ports, and seemed to be usually closed during the while you were at port. And there's a range of some clothing items, and then on this side there's quite a lot of jewelry and watches and such. So if you like your shopping, that you can always do it on board. Coming further down, you come into an area where there is, they call Martinis, which has yet another bar, and I wouldn't want to even count up all the bars. But let me first show you, on the walls in many areas they have an easy map that or icon where you can find out where you're going so you can find your way around. So it becomes quite easy. And here we come first into the bar area called Martinis, where you can get a drink during the day, and there's some nice places to sit and relax. Throughout the whole ship, there's a myriad of different places to relax and have fun and either have some quiet time or to meet and talk to different people. This is an interesting sculpture or painting on the side which looks like doorknobs, and I didn't quite understand it. This is looking at the casino area, and we'll have a closer look at this in a few minutes after we go to the theater area. So you can see they have games, slot machines, they have a few tables. I'm not actually that familiar with all of them, but we'll have a bit of a closer look for you. So here we're going into the lounge, which is where the theater is, and every night they've had either first run movies or they've had entertainers or shows. We've been to a few of them and they've been quite good. It's also where you go when you're on an excursion, so you go down there and exchange your tickets for the bus tickets and such. So here you can see all the different seats and the stage at the end of there, and you can see there's quite a lot, and it's quite a large area. So it's a good area to for excursions. So if you're there about 7:30, 8 o'clock for the excursion, different people are coming in and handing in their tickets and finding out what bus and where they go to get on the excursion. So it's quite a busy place there. And then again, there's a bar here, so they can give you drinks, both soft drinks and wine and spirits and coffee, and that's during shows and such. So you can see it's quite a large area, and I'd say it's probably the largest area for on the boat. It's also one of the major areas that you assemble in the case of an emergency. Here's another look at the casino on our way out of the theater, and you can see there are various tables, and we'll have a closer look at the slot machines now. So you can see there's quite a few of those. If you enjoy slot machines and gambling, we don't gamble, so I can't tell you much about it. And this is the baristas area just before you get to the grand dining room. This is one of the areas that was open on embarkation day and where we came to check in, and you can just see in the distance the grand dining room, which is open for breakfast, lunch and dinner every day, and it's quite large, and you order from a menu as opposed to the buffet where you go and select the items that you want. And again, we have a quite beautiful chandelier, as there are through all of the boat. And with a great sense of anticipation, we've pulled away from the port of Athens, and we're on the way for our Greek tour, Greek and Turkish tour of different islands and ports. When you're leaving any port, a pilot, which is a person who comes on board and actually navigates out of the port and does the navigation. And here you can see, once you're out of port, the pilot boat comes up and he collects the pilot. And you'll see in a moment the pilot boat gets very, very close, and the pilot will jump aboard, and there he's on board, I think. No, wait, not quite. Now he's on board, and you'll see the pilot boat will now pull away from the ship, and when you do, you'll see there's an extra person on the front of the board. The pilot boat, there he comes around. There are two now on board, and they peel off. So that was quite exciting to capture that on video for you. I hope you've enjoyed our tour of the Nautica ship from Oceania Cruises. We are on the Algerian medley, which goes to from Athens to Athens, and it stops at places like Volos, Ephesus, Istanbul. In fact, in Istanbul, it's an overnight cruise. I'm sorry, an overnight stay. We go to Rhodes, we go to Santorini, we go to Mykonos, so we're really excited about it. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, and if you want to see more of these or be notified when we load up new videos to YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for watching it, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye-bye.